Might have a slight delay, but we won't have a delay on the podium because that's scheduled at 17:15. That's 5:15 p.m. this afternoon. So, with regards to the second chance heat, the drivers, the top 8 on merit will go through. They are as follows. Christian de Klein will be on pole position, ahead of Sven Rudenberg. Alexander Abskava will be on row 3 alongside Bruno Mulders from the Netherlands. Rasmus Vendelbo, I'm waiting to see if he does emerge. If not, he will not take any participation in this. Daniel Sorankov, Samuel Stendis, Gianni Andrisani, Daniel Hunt, Summer Webb and Flint Schuring will compete in this heat. So the top 8 will get a chance to go into the top 36 finale, which is the penultimate race of the weekend and also of round 1 of the championship. And it looks like we could have 9 drivers competing on that, as Sven Rudenberg may not have a kart that is going to be capable of competing in this heat. And yep, the frustration's quite clear. He has just pulled it into the pits. Not happy at all. So we go down to 9 competitors. So before we've even started this, 1 driver has not arrived and 1 driver has had a technical drama that has forced him to not participate in this. So 9 drivers set to get into action. De Klein, Rudenberg are on the front row. Abskava, Mulders, Sorankov, Stendis, Andrisani, Hunt, Webb and Schuring, with Rudenberg not taking part in this. So 9 drivers, 6 minutes are on the clock. The timer is ready to start ticking down. The red lights are on the starting gantry. So will we go green? Yes, and it's go for the Junior Max second chance qualifying heat as all 9 competitors head down into turn number 1. So De Klein is leading. I think Bruno Mulders may have made his way up into second position. So that's nice work from the 207 if he has done that. So drivers now having all gotten through turn 6 very well. Well, it looks like Bruno Mulders now has dropped back into third position. And I think Gianni Andrisani, who's running with RS Competition, has jumped up into second place now, which he has. He's a very talented young German. Has run in the Euro Trophy last year. I've seen him on the entry list for this season as well, so good to have him here at Karting Genk. This is going to be perfect practice for him for 3 weeks' time. As Andrisani and Mulders are trading places. Mulders loses out to Andrisani going into turn number 2. And behind them from Georgia, we've got Alexander Abskava, who is in 4th position. And at the moment, Sorankov, Stendis, Summer Webb and Daniel Hunt are the 8 that will be able to move through. But 1 kart has just rejoined. And another kart has actually come a cropper off of turn number 3. So that now means that we have 8 drivers circulating. This is now going to be about strategy, because whoever wins this heat will, I think, go into position number 29. That driver at the moment is Christian de Klein, being hounded now by Gianni Andrisani from Germany in the 246, who is now closing on the back bumper. Bruno Mulders in 3rd place. Abskava in 4th. Sorankov, Stendis, Webb and Hunt. Now Hunt is a bit further adrift as, there we go, the lead change has happened through turn 3. Gianni Andrisani hits the front ahead of Christian de Klein. A little bit of pushing and shoving between the pair of them, but nothing too awkward. So Rasmus Vendelbo was a non-starter because he didn't appear on the grid. Sven Rudenberg couldn't even get going before we started, unfortunately. Flint Schuring is now out. So Daniel Hunt will start 36th in the top 36 finale as he comes through turn number 6 itself. Andrisani now trying to break away from Christian de Klein, who's got Bruno Mulders and Alexander Abskava behind. That's the top 4 at the minute. Behind them, they've got the 277 of Daniel Sorankov with Samuel Stendis behind. Then also you've got Summer Webb in 7th from the Netherlands, and Daniel Hunt's coming through turn 9 as I speak. But this, as I say, this is now not about strategy of trying to make sure you're in the top 8, because all 8 drivers will go through. It's about where you start on the grid. It's about how hard you want to push now, but could that compromise your run in the top 36 finale a little bit later on this afternoon? So Andrissani leads from Christian de Klein. Bruno Molders makes it 2 Dutch drivers in the top 3. Abskava from Georgia in 4th place. Storankov in 5th. And is just fractionally ahead of Samuel Stendis and Summer Webb. With Daniel Hunt, I think, just needing to just keep going in this heat, which now is down to 2 minutes and 18 plus an additional lap to go. Top 4 now streaming their way through turn 12, as do the 3 behind. And has there been a change? Summer Webb's just got past Daniel Storankov, as has Samuel Stendis. So Stendis up to 5th. Summer Webb up into 6th place. Daniel Hunt still in 8th position at the moment and is just coming through turn number 12. He's just done his best lap this time around, 1 minute, 0.859. Does he go any better on this time around? He does, a 1 minute, 0.077. Meanwhile, it's still a little bit feisty at the front, with the 4 battling away for where they're going to start in the top 36 finale later on this afternoon. Less than 90 seconds on the clock. Gianni Andrissani from Germany leads ahead of Christian de Klein. Bruno Molders and Alexander Abskava from Georgia completing the top 4. Meanwhile, Samuel Stendis is has been trying to close the gap. Best time from him is a 57.592. Last time around it's a 55.7. From the Dane, as Gianni Andrissani and Christian de Klein are lapping quite close to one another. Andrissani has not done the fastest lap of the race because Summer Webb is on the march, and the 252's just under 56.899, and in the process got past Samuel Stendis for 5th place. And now has a bit of clean air behind that cart, and whilst the 4 in front could be battling, well, predominantly that's going to be Abskava having the ringside seat behind Molders and de Klein, whilst Andrissani has a slight gap, which was around 2.5 tenths of a second on the last tour as they come through. So 7 of the 8 drivers now making their way through turn number 10, as Daniel Hunt is now going towards turn number 7 as I speak. So we've got 15 on the clock. Andrissani crosses the line first. The gap between him and de Klein is now 0.48. Molders not that far behind, but Abskava looks to have a bit of a run and gets past Bruno Molders for 3rd position. So Molders has to use a little bit of runoff there to try and not avoid any contact. Slots back into 4th. Meanwhile, Abskava is in 3rd, and Summer Webb has absolutely got a rocket ship on those 4 contact patches, because another fastest lap has come through, and it is the 252, 56.692. So Bruno Molders coming under threat now for what is effectively 4th in this, and this will decide grid slots. So this is the penultimate lap. So Gianni Andrissani this time around, coming around turn 12, will take the final lap board, which is being brandished on the start-finish line now. Andrissani continues to lead, as Summer Webb is mounting a charge on Bruno Molders. Molders going ultra-defensive into turn 2. Could have had Abskava if Abskava had left a gap going into that corner for 3rd position. But the Georgian still hangs on to it. Andrissani leads the field going through turn 6 for the final time, ahead of Christian de Klein. Abskava, Molders and Summer Webb getting quite close to each other. Well, Abskava's scampered off ever so slightly from Molders, but Molders has a lot of track knowledge here and could use that to his advantage. Summer Webb has got an absolute brilliant kart underneath and has charged through. So we come to the conclusion of the second chance heat qualifier here, and the checkered flag will wave for the first qualifier, and that will be Germany's Gianni Andrissani on the 246 ahead of Christian de Klein. Alexander Abskava takes 3rd ahead of Bruno Molders. Summer Webb rockets up to 5th with an absolutely storming drive. And on the last lap of the race, lap number 7, does a 56.658. That's pure race pace, that is. That's going to be quite impressive. So after Summer Webb, it's Samuel Stendis, who also qualifies ahead of Daniel Solankov, with Daniel Hunt now crossing the finish line to become the 8th runner that completes this race as classified finishers. Unfortunately, with Flint Schuring ending up going out on lap number 2, with Zen Rudenberg not even starting the race, and Rasmus Vendelbo a no-show here. In the Junior Max second chance heat qualifier for the top 36 finale a little bit later on.